Alright, so this is World Tier 3 solo attempt, level 58 Necromancer on Wandering Death, Death Given Life. And we're going to try to solo this gentleman. I have successfully soloed this boss fight once in the past. His damage really doesn't become a problem until later on when he's doing multiple attacks simultaneously with AoE on it. The best thing about the world boss is that they kind of get hit by every single Bone Spear bolt that you toss out at them, as long as they're not moving the wrong way when you do it. And then this attack, it looks like you actually can't stand in the middle while it's happening. You do actively have to move out of it, which was something that I didn't quite understand at first. This right here, it seems like a big CC ability, but if you use your invulnerability movement, you can kind of just cheat out a bunch of damage while he's doing that animation. I've also been pulled in at a certain place where he actually didn't end up stunning me, so I was just able to generate during all of that time. Oh yeah, we're actually putting out a ton of damage against him. This is good. Okay, we actually haven't taken damage yet. I always say that and then end up dying once or something like that, so ignore me when that inevitably ends up happening. Yeah, that attack right there. Alright. He's gonna stand over there. We'll use our corpse explosions for right now. You're actually able to move directly inside of him, generate and cast at least one time every move. While he's doing that attack, it's also just kind of free. Alright, I'm gonna try to dump some damage here. Hup, hup, hup. We also have like near permanent uptime on barrier since we end up not taking damage so often. Oh, all right. I didn't think we were gonna get out of there safely, so I ended up using my oh no button. This laser beam will actually just one-shot us unless we have barrier and fortify all the way up. There's a little while where I thought that wouldn't actually one-shot us, but after like a tick and a half, it tends to kill us. Oh yeah, easy fight. Yep, there we go. Oof. All right, you got me with that one. I need to be slightly farther away. On Bone Spear, we're basically never going to stagger this guy. There's just kind of no way to make that happen. You could go with Bone Storm is a darkness skill and then run the Lucky Hit passive. Yeah, as you can see, so I just used Blood Mist there to get out of the very long knockdown or immobilize that he puts on you. And then you kind of just get a bunch of free damage while he's doing that animation. Alright, so we learned our lesson the first time. I'm just gonna oh no button out of that. This attack, even when it has the 3 beams going, you just walk with them. You haven't really lost any space in the middle where you're safe. It can suck when one of his tornadoes is centered right over him. During that, you lose a bit of movement speed, and on the Necromancer, we already don't have movement speed. Okay. There we go. That's how you get around it. Go out the back and then turn around, because you know the next attack's going to be coming out on the third animation. Easy. Wow. That was 7 minutes? That was actually really, really good output for our class. Boop, 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 boop. Bunch of garbage. Bunch of XP and a very small amount of gold. We've already gotten our weekly bonus for having killed him previously during this. Ooh, I actually needed a good wind striker. That's a mid roll. Well, it's a low roll. That's fine. But there you go. That is World Tier 3, level 58 Necromancer soloing World Boss, Forgotten Death. Death becomes his death, whatever his name was. But there you go. I just wanted to kind of showcase that I have solo kills against Shava early on in World Tier 2. And in general, I think that Bone Spear is by far the best world boss build to bring into it if you're not a pure darkness build with a lot of additional modifiers. And then outside of that, it's just kind of the easiest one since you can run and gun the entire time. You're not really trapped by the corpses. You can use them when he's standing over them. And I think it's just by far the best build. So if we were to very quickly look at it, Bone Splinters with the crit chance bonus for our generator, maxed out Bone Spear, maxed out and perfectly balanced, 1 point Blood Mist just for the utility, maxed out Corpse Explosion. This is actually more so for when we're running dungeons and stuff, but it does help to add on a little bit of damage here. Then we have maxed out Grim Harvest with Fuel by Death, so that's our engine for essence generation, as well as increasing our damage. I only have one additional point to toss into Death's Embrace right now, but you'd probably max that out since you should be close to the boss at all times. I happen to have 2 ranks with Death's Reach. 1 point down into Corpse Tendrils with the modifier for applying Vulnerable. Maxed out on Necrotic Carapace for that fortify whenever we make a corpse. 3 in Standalone, picking up Bone Storm and then Ossified Essence. And then up here in the Bone passive tree, pretty typical setup. 3 max on everything, only 1 into Rapid Ossification, so that Bone Storm's up slightly more often. There you go. Our gear is like pretty typical as well. Important aspects would be the Ossified Essence gives you crit damage, the Splintering Bone Spear, so you get additional shards and they all do extra damage against vulnerable targets. We're also using Umbral for resource generation. We're using the Lucky Hit chance to be able to generate a ton of additional essence when we hit a vulnerable target with Bone Skill, which is all the time. Crit chance and damage when we use Corpse Tendrils. Barrier to just kind of give you a little bit of additional survivability. Bone Storm generates barrier, which is like the key in surviving a lot of these heavier hits if you don't have your Blood Mist button up when you need it. But yeah, I hope that that helps you kind of formulate how you're going to be soloing your own world bosses if and when you ever get the opportunity to do that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.